didn't lose them.
I can't keep pretending everything is
and
fine.
And for a narcissist,
this
those
relationship
two things are
is
completely
toxic.
different.
I need to let
Because the
go.
moment you stop chasing, something shifts in the dynamic. Suddenly they notice you again.
Pretending
Suddenly they
everything is
react.
fine.
Suddenly they appear where they were silent before. And it can feel confusing. Because for so long, you were the one trying to understand them, trying to fix the tension, trying to hold the relationship together. And the moment you finally step back, they step forward. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand something that changes how you see the entire relationship.
Who am I now?
You'll understand what narcissists actually feel when you stop chasing them. Why they often come back right when you're finally starting to heal. And the biological reason your body still reacts when they do. Because this isn't just psychology, it's conditioning. Your brain, your nervous system,
you mean everything
even your stress
to me.
hormones were trained inside that relationship.
This. I need
and once you see the pattern,
now.
it
Wait,
becomes
please
much
don't go.
easier to break.
Let's
start with something most people misunderstand. Narcissistic relationships are not built on mutual emotional safety. They're built on emotional supply. Supply is attention, supply is admiration, supply is emotional reaction. And chasing them provided that supply. When you chased them, they felt powerful, important, in control. You might have thought you were fighting for the relationship, but in reality, the dynamic was reinforcing their position of control. Think about it. Every time they pulled away, you leaned in. Every time they went silent, you tried harder. Every time something felt wrong, you attempted to repair it. Your effort kept the emotional engine running, not because you were weak, but because your nervous system adapted. When we experience unpredictable emotional environments, our brains become hyper-attuned. You start scanning tone of voice, facial expressions, subtle shifts in behavior. The body learns to anticipate the next emotional storm before it arrives. This is called hypervigilance, and it's one of the most common adaptations in survivors of narcissistic abuse. Your brain wasn't malfunctioning, it was protecting you. But here's the part that changes everything. Narcissistic dynamics depend on pursuit. They depend on one person chasing and the other person controlling distance. So when you stop chasing, the entire system destabilizes. Suddenly, the narcissist loses something very important: predictability. When you were chasing them, they knew exactly where you stood. They knew you would reach out. They knew you would try to reconnect. They knew the emotional supply was always available. But the moment that stops, they lose certainty. And unpredictability is deeply uncomfortable for narcissistic personalities. Because control disappears, and without control, their internal sense of stability collapses.
This is ridiculous.
This is why many narcissists react immediately when you stop chasing. Some become charming again. Suddenly they send messages. Suddenly they apologize. Suddenly they act like the person you always hoped they could be.
Just
Others
let it
react
go.
with anger.
It's not that important.
They accuse you of being cold, distant,
Move on.
selfish. Some pretend not to care at all. But then they monitor you quietly, watching, waiting. Because something inside the dynamic has shifted. You are no longer predictable, and unpredictability makes them curious again. But here's where things become even more important. Your reaction to their sudden return
I didn't
isn't
realize
just
how
emotional,
much that
it's
relationship
biological.
drained me.
Inside narcissistic
Now I see I
relationships,
deserve
your nervous
better,
system
and I'm
goes
ready
through
to
repeated
heal.
cycles of stress and relief. Conflict raises cortisol, distance triggers anxiety, then reconnection releases dopamine. That dopamine surge is powerful. It tells your brain relief equals reward. Over time, your brain begins associating the person with emotional regulation, even if they were the source of the distress in the first place. This is one of the core mechanisms behind trauma bonding. Your brain starts craving the relief that follows the chaos. Not the chaos itself, the relief. So when the narcissist
I thought I could
reappears
handle it, but
after you
it's
stop
breaking
chasing,
me.
your
But
brain
I have to
remembers
stay
the reward
strong.
pattern, even if
So
your
I'm
logical
sharing
mind
this.
remembers the pain. This
I'm
internal
so
split can
happy
feel
right
incredibly
now.
confusing.
Me too.
Part of
This
you knows
feels
the relationship was
perfect.
unhealthy,
But I'm
but
scared
another
of
part of you
losing
feels
this.
pulled back
We'll
in.
get through it.
And many survivors blame themselves for that reaction. They think it means they're weak. But what you're experiencing is actually a conditioned nervous system response. Your brain learned a pattern, and patterns take time to unwind. There's another layer here that most people never discuss: the body. When you live in chronic relational stress, your physiology changes. Your cortisol rhythm shifts. Your sleep becomes lighter. Your digestion becomes weaker.
Those
Your blood
happy
sugar
moments
becomes
now
less
feel
stable.
so painful.
Your body remains
I
slightly
love
braced
being
even
here
when
with
nothing is
you.
happening.
Me too.
So when the
It's
narcissist
perfect.
suddenly reaches out again, your system reacts instantly. Heart rate changes, breathing shifts. Your mind begins replaying old scenarios. It's not just emotional memory, it's nervous system memory. Your body remembers the relationship even when you're trying to move forward. This is why healing from narcissistic abuse isn't just about cutting
I know it's
contact.
hard.
It's
but
about
please,
rebuilding regulation. Teaching
don't
your
know
nervous
if I
system
can.
that calm is safe
We'll
again.
get through
And
it.
that process requires more than willpower. It requires stability, consistency, and sometimes physical support for the body that endured years of stress chemistry. Because chronic emotional stress depletes nutrients. Magnesium gets burned through during prolonged stress. B vitamins become depleted. Blood sugar fluctuations
I'm
increase.
not sure
And those
about
biochemical
this.
imbalances
You
can
have to
intensify
be.
anxiety and
There's no
rumination,
other way.
which makes
But I
detaching
feel so
emotionally even
trapped.
harder. This is why healing often accelerates when people start supporting
can't
their
believe it was
biology alongside
toxic
their
all along.
psychology. Simple things matter. Eating enough protein in the morning stabilizes blood sugar and reduces cortisol spikes. Magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, dark leafy greens, and almonds support nervous system relaxation. Omega-3 fats help reduce inflammation and support mood stability. Sunlight early in the morning helps to regulate circadian rhythm and cortisol
I don't
balance.
understand what
Gentle
you
movement
mean.
releases tension stored
You're not
in the
making
nervous
any
system.
sense.
These are not small
Please
lifestyle
explain
changes.
it to me
They are signals to your
again.
body that survival mode can turn
I've been
off.
sitting here
And when survival mode
thinking
begins to
about
fade,
us.
trauma bonds
Why does it
weaken.
have to be
Because
so
trauma
hard?
bonding feeds on dysregulation. It feeds on
You
chaos.
can't keep
But regulation
avoiding
changes the
this.
internal landscape.
We're all just trying
Calm
to
begins to
help.
feel familiar again.
I feel
Peace
so
stops
alone in
feeling
this.
empty.
I
Slowly
feel
your
so
brain
hurt.
stops
You never make
associating
time
emotional
for me.
intensity with
You're
connection.
overreacting. It's not a big
This is
deal.
where real
How
healing
can you
begins.
say that?
Start recognizing
just
something
drop it.
powerful. You weren't chasing love. You were chasing relief. Relief from tension. Relief from uncertainty. Relief from emotional withdrawal. And once your nervous system
This
learns how to
rain
create
mirrors the
regulation
tears.
without
I
that
can't
cycle,
cry anymore.
the attachment loosens
The
naturally,
pain
not
just
through force,
echoes in
through
the
biology.
silence.
This is also why narcissists often sense when someone is truly detaching, because the emotional reactions change. The urgency disappears. The chasing energy fades.
I can't do this
And when that
anymore.
happens, the dynamic that once fueled
It's
the
time I
relationship
moved
no
on.
longer exists. Some narcissists attempt to restart the cycle. Others move on to find a new source of supply.
I
But
won't
for
be
you, the important
manipulated.
shift has already begun.
I am
You're no
stronger
longer feeding
than
the
this.
system, and that means your nervous system finally has space to recalibrate. It might not happen overnight, but every day you choose stability over chaos, your brain rewires. Every meal that stabilizes blood sugar helps your stress chemistry settle. Every night of deeper sleep helps your brain process stored emotional stress. Every moment of calm teaches your body that
Writing
peace
this
is not
out, I feel
danger.
the weight
Healing from
lifting.
narcissistic relationships
It's
is
time to
not just
forgive
about moving on from
myself
someone. It's
and
about
embrace
rebuilding the
peace.
internal environment that the relationship disrupted. And that takes patience, compassion, and consistency. But it works. The brain is adaptable. The nervous system is adaptable. Your body is not broken. It adapted to survive something incredibly destabilizing. Now it can adapt again toward calm,
Looking back,
toward
I
clarity,
see how far I've
toward
come.
real safety.
The past
This
shaped
helped you
me,
understand
but it
what
doesn't
really
define
happens
me.
when you stop
I
chasing a
found
narcissist.
peace.
Subscribe, because
I
this
stand
channel
here
isn't just
free
about
from the
leaving
shadows of
toxic relationships.
manipulation.
It's about repairing
My
what
strength
those
is my own,
relationships did to
unbreakable
your
and
nervous
true.
system, your brain, and your body. Comment below. What changed when you stopped chasing them? Did they suddenly come back? Did they get angry? Did they disappear completely? Your experience might help someone else recognize the pattern they're still trapped inside. And if you know someone who keeps blaming themselves for missing a narcissist, share this video with them. They're not weak, they're wired, and wiring can be rewired.
Healing
survived
from
their
emotional
relationship.
manipulation
Here, we
wasn't
help you
easy,
survive it
but
too.
I'm hopeful for the future. I feel stronger now.